Good day and welcome to Chit Chat with two T's. I am your host, Valdez, and I'll be here with you today discussing the mental health actual factuals. With me today is our very special guest, Mr. Keevo Lewis. Woo!
Yeah.
I don't have a studio audience yet, so you'll just have to make do with me.
That's fine.
Welcome, Keevan.
Thank you very much, DL. Thank you very much for inviting me. I am so happy to be here, and it's going to be an exciting conversation, I'm sure.
I think so. Thank you for coming. I truly appreciate that. So we know, a lot of people know you as Keevo. I don't think anybody doesn't know you as Keevo right now. I think less people probably know you as Keevan than as Keevo.
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
So maybe you could tell us a little bit about Keevan.
So Keevan Lewis, born in San Fernando, Point of View to be exact.
Hello, South.
Of course, as a South boy, went to San Fernando Boys RC, the Press San Fernando. It was a great experience being part of those different schools, and I would say fraternities, and then I left South to go and study all the way up north, or the east, as they say, St. Augustine. I did my degree in environmental management and biology. And now I am a HSC professional for the past 12 years. I'm also an entrepreneur. So my good friend, Mark Anthony Daniel, and I would have started a barbershop 10 years ago on the UB campus. I'm also an entrepreneur in terms of event management. Another good friend of mine, Kun Batiste, we have a company together. And I've been just looking at investments and doing things differently to, I guess, widen my scope and understand the importance of different streams of income. Other than that, I'm a very laid back guy. They may think Keevo is that's person all the time. It's not that. It's not that all the time. So, I think I'm a good balance. That's what I am.
I think so too. I think a lot of people would be really surprised when they meet you.
Yes, they would. They would be.
They're looking for, Keevo in the video in the car, and they're like,
yes.
Oh, he's so quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Is he okay?
Yes,
oh.
yes. Yeah.
Well, again, it's a pleasure to have you, all sides of you. Quick shout out to Mark Anthony, Daniel, and Kun Batiste.
Yeah.
Right? Do we say the names of the entities? Can we do that?
Of course, Black Sheep Barbershop and also Pump International.
Yes, big up to Black Sheep Barbershop and Pump International. So, and those are also my friends too. Just want to put that out there. So, Keevan, we have this tea theme. I see you already have your cup.
Yes.
I am colorfully impressed. So, can you tell us a little bit about what's in your cup? Literally and then figuratively.
What's in my cup? Well, even though it's a teacup, I am an avid fan of watermelon juice. All right? I absolutely love watermelon juice because I think it cools the body. I don't know, I sweat a lot and I love to feel cool. So if I don't have water, I will juice some watermelon and drink it all the time. I love watermelon juice.
Okay.
So I have liters upon liters of juice all over the place inside the house frozen because I believe in the natural juicing.
Yes.
And, the need for, just refreshing yourself. So watermelon juice for me is my go-to drink whenever I'm thirsty.
So viewers and listeners, I've known Keevan for years, right? I mean, years. And I never knew that he loved watermelon juice because I love watermelon, but I don't think I've ever had watermelon juice.
Listen to me, JL.
So clearly I've been missing out something in my life.
Yeah, don't blend it, juice it, and keep it inside the fridge because watermelon expires very quickly.
It does.
Yes, so ensure you drink it probably overnight in the morning. The best thing you'll ever get. The best.
Wow. Okay. So I'm definitely going to put that on my list of things to try.
Yeah.
Right. So apart from it, making you feel cool, is there anything else that you like about the watermelon, or is it just that?
What I like in terms of, I'm big on nutrition, right? The nutritional facts of watermelon is that it's very good to clear out your kidneys, right? So I love the fact that it has a detoxing mechanism that allows you to flush your body out. And it's, I get 95% water, and it does make you feel refreshed, right? And the mere fact that there is a sweetness and there's no need to add sugar. The natural sugars work for themselves, so you enjoy the flavor of watermelon. So I like that about it, to be honest.
This is good news because I have a sweet tooth problem. So
okay.
Not that I will be like drinking soda or anything like that. Like
right.
I like more like desserts, sweet
right.
type things to eat. But this is good because I feel like I can have the best of both worlds where I can pretend I'm being super healthy, but also still have my sugar fix. So this is good news.
Because actually watermelon.com International want me to be an ambassador for their watermelon juice.
I would support this.
Yeah.
Even your jersey, it says watermelon.
Yes,
was this
correct.
intentional? I feel like you had a fun.
Well, yeah, I just want to blend with the drink that I have.
Awesome. So, Keevan, you mentioned earlier that you have, your hands in some pots, in several pots. What's going on with you? What's in your cup, figuratively?
Well, a variety of things. First of all, I would have embarked on another career path, which would have been real estate. And it has been probably a year and a little bit since I've been in real estate. And I honestly believe it's one of the best things I've ever done, being able to understand the real estate market, seeing what homes look like. Because as an adult at 34, you want to know what you're getting into because, as they always say, buying a home is probably the biggest investment you'll ever make in your life.
Correct.
So being able to know the market, the ins and outs, know the secrets and the tricks of the trade, I think it's something that has allowed me to grow as an adult, most importantly. Other than that, I have been focusing on my health because I think it's so important at this age to be in the best shape of your life, right? Both mentally and physically. And I've been working hard, but as we say, the temptation is real, right? Yeah. So when Pilau cook, hard luck diet. It's all for you now, right? So
we know you're a Pilau lover.
Yeah. So the temptations are there, but that's what I've been really focusing on. That and wanting to buy my own house, working on marriage in the near future. So those things are on the cards, and this is where the big adulting or big adult shoes.
You are hardcore adulting right now. Like you said a lot of adulty words. You said house. You said marriage.
Those are the adult
real
words.
Estate. Like you said a lot of adulty things.
Yes.
Those things weigh a lot, and you're just you're lifting them up.
I'm trying my best.
Easily.
That's why I'm in the gym.
Good job.
Yeah.
So but because they weigh so much, they can definitely, I think, impact your mental health.
Yeah.
Are any of those things impacting you, negatively or positively right now?
I think in terms of negatively, you definitely feel overwhelmed because you see how large or how vast the responsibilities are when you get into these spaces, right?
Sure.
Owning a property, being a husband, being a father, all these things carry a lot of weight. And because you know that many have failed, you now have extra pressure to ensure that you don't, right? In many aspects, not only fatherhood, but just financially, etc. So you want to put your best foot forward. And sometimes you have this, what I call analysis paralysis, where you think to yourself, okay, do I have enough to make this step? Am I doing the right thing? And you don't move, And that's one of the largest problems I have. Not wanting to take the risk, because as you make bigger risks, older, the time to recuperate is not that great. You understand? Yes. So you don't want to make the big mistakes. So I think that's what probably would have been my challenge, being able to navigate that analysis paralysis, and how do I ensure that every step that I make is well calculated, all right, but not too conservative to the point where you don't even feel as though you made a step,
Correct.
Yeah. Yes. On the positive side, it's a blessing to be able to afford some of these things, because you would have worked hard in your 20s and done the right things, had the right mentorship. My dad was influential in mentoring me in terms of finance, and seeing those come to fruition in terms of purchasing my own property. Those things make you feel proud that, listen, I have done well in a certain area. So I think it is a motivator. Seeing it real in front of you, it does motivate you to continue to do more.
Yeah, it's nice to know that, we just didn't waste all our time zenning.
And we sure did zen it. To zen.
You days. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Let's get into that, right? That's not in my cup. That's in your cup.
Hey, I have some pictures. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us. And I think you're absolutely right. That analysis paralysis, brilliant. And I think us millennials, using that seriously, we really do have a lot of societal pressures because we are doing things a lot later than our parents would have.
Yes.
And so we have that, in our minds as well. Like, am I taking too long? Like, is something wrong with me because I haven't bought a house at 26?
Yeah.
I did get married at 21. Well, I don't know many people that actually think that's an issue, but what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is something wrong with me because I've decided to leave jobs after 5 years as opposed to staying 25 years and getting a long service award?
some forks and knives.
A plaque, a clear plaque, a glass one with a diamond.
Congrats. Go and eat.
We face so much pressure, so it's so nice to hear, you say that and managing that, and I guess kind of even normalizing that for most of us.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that you're managing that and managing it well, and I hope that you continue to do that.
Thank you. They say 34 is the new 24.
Is
right?
it? Okay, well, thank you.
Because, as you rightly said, we are doing things later because the ability for you to be an adult, a full-on adult, takes 10 more years. Your government job can't sustain you to purchase these different parts of adulthood just as easily. So you need to go one step further in terms of schooling. So you must have masters or work for 5-10 years, and you still might not have found your job, your dream job that allows you to afford these things. And by 5 years, you decide, okay, switch jobs, and now you have to build your career again. So by 34, hopefully you would have had some savings and been able to do what you want to do. So 34 to 24.
Hopefully the operative word.
Yes, hopefully.
Hopefully the operative word.
Hopefully, yeah.
But thank you for sharing that with us. I just wanted to highlight my cup. I'm trying to do different cups. So this is my boss lady cup.
Okay.
Again, manifesting is a real thing. So for my 33rd birthday, I did a photo shoot, and it was that boss lady vibe because I was starting my businesses, and my friend Andrea, shout out to Andrea Besessa at Fantasy Factory Gifts. She made this cup for me. Oh. So I keep it in my office to remind me when I feel like adulting is getting too hard, or am I going to pay my office rent this month, that I am a boss lady.
Of course you are. I come with it. Sign me up. I come.
I was literally my theme song for like 2 years. Yeah. A hairdresser I had, she migrated to England and she came home for Christmas, and I went, to see her, and my phone rang and she's like, you still have that ringtone? That was like 2 years ago. I'm like, well, you manage my business.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Manifest.
Shout out to the Abbey effect. Yes. Yes. So what is on your cup? I noticed you have something on your cup as well.
Well, it's a scripture from Joshua 1:9 that says, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go.
Ooh, I love
that reminds me of so many battles I've been able to face alone, with friends, with family, and understanding the importance of knowing that God is always there through it all.
I love that. You better preach.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
They need to put some collection for this podcast. Put some collection.
And let me do a little GoFundMe link for this collection, the virtual collection plates.
Yes. Hashtag Chit Chatt.
Ooh, I love it. I'm going to use it. I'm not paying you for that. No problem. So I'm so happy that you were able to share what's happening with you and what's going on. But we're dealing with a lot, as mentioned. Of course, we're in the middle of a whole push-pop. I really try not to do with pandemic.
Yes.
Because I'm tired. But what has boiled your water recently? What is making your kettle whistle? You know, what is your pet peeve, or what has been upsetting you within recent times? Because we believe that talking about these things can help. So maybe you can share with us.
What has been boiling me the most has to be the fact that I think that we as a people are losing our humanity. We are being affected by so many different influences that are negative, that has changed the way in which we see each other. So more and more walls have been built, and we have become not only social media cancel culture people, but even real life cancel culture, where we have no problem cutting people off from basic needs, from forgiveness, from anything, because we have been so accustomed on social media to cutting someone off for a mistake or an error. Right now, there are people who I think deserve to be reprimanded for their mistakes. That's fine. But I think a lot of times when we are accustomed looking for that on social media, it becomes part of us in real life. And we don't have that air of forgiveness, humanity, and love for one another anymore. Or I would say not anymore, but as we used to have back in our day. Now, our day is not far away.
Wow. I mean, we're those people?
Right? It's not far away. But I just feel as though there is a tension that is building or continues to build that doesn't allow us to sit and talk or chit chat with one another as lovingly as we should. So that's grinding my gears. Everybody's so quick to judge and end it and cut off. It's a lot.
It's difficult, and I think my blessing and my curse is being able to see the big picture. I think I can see more sides of any situation. And I know that a lot of this, what we're seeing, is driven by faith.
Well, yeah.
You know, we're scared that things will never get back to normal. We're scared, you know, are we ever going to make it through this? Will I be able to go outside and not wear a mask? You know, we have these things, and in our level of urgency to get back there, I think we're, according to my mother, I've gotten there. Cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Yeah.
You know, and it's difficult because, you know, everybody's trying to do what they think is best.
Correct.
Everybody wants to be as safe as they can be. Everybody wants us to all make it out of this. But we're also pushing each other away right now. So when we do make it out of this, what's going to be left standing?
What's going to be left standing, Jay? That's a very, very good point. And, you know, a lot of people believe that what they are doing is for everybody. But sometimes I feel as though there's a certain selfishness that pervades each individual. They don't see how their need for things that they want, which is okay, is affecting others as well.
Yeah.
You know, so we have to be very careful where we understand basic needs that we would want should not be trampled on, but you also have to be mindful that because you want X, you should not want someone else to do something for you if they are uncomfortable with having gone through it. You know, I just think you have to be respectful. That's all I need, respect.
Yeah, I think tolerance and respect have definitely gone out your window. Watch words, nothing.
Yeah, and watch words, nothing. Right? Watch words is fat and wine. That's it. That's all.
So we've had no watch words for 2 years. So I don't know what's happening there. But you know, thank you for bringing that to the fore. And it's, you know, it's things that people don't really like to speak on. You know, we're kind of tiptoeing around each other these days in our efforts to be mindful. And, you know, we don't want to cause any backs. But sometimes we have to say what we need to say in a loving and respectful way. You know, I think that's important too.
I truly agree. I remember Jordan Peterson said that, how did his quote go? His quote said, being able to speak your truth is risking being offensive, right? And you may be offensive, yes, but your ability to be offensive doesn't mean you're being disrespectful. It means you're just saying your truth, right? So you don't have to be nasty. You don't have to be mean. You have to speak from your heart and speak out what's on your mind. But a lot of people don't want to say anything. And if you say nothing, right, you can allow yourself to be trampled on, or you can't allow someone else to see a different perspective. Yeah. So you have to find that assertiveness, that assertion to say what's on your mind without being aggressive or submissive.
That's a tricky balance. I don't think most of us know how to do that. I think we only know the extremes, right? We this way or we this way, and then we have a way we like to say, well, that's me.
Oh my goodness. No, we can't do that.
But I think
water's on the boil already. Yes, water boiling again.
That kettle whistling again.
Yeah, well,
you know. That's me. Take it or leave it. Like, so we're not gonna grow.
No.
You know, we're not going to grow. We're not gonna transition. We're not gonna learn from our past mistakes. We just that's me. Take it or leave it.
No, that is not how it is. And I think there's a separation. I always put things in separation in terms of who am I or who is GL.
Yes.
If Keevan Lewis is aggressive when somebody gives him some kind of criticism, and I have to say that is me, then I am not willing to go. But if someone says, Keevan, stop liking watermelon juice, then that's something that I can't change. That is who I am inherently. I love watermelon. You can't say that about me. But if there are things that can be changed, those are things that I need to be able to work on. So you have to know what the difference is, right? Yeah. That is me, has to do with things that are inherently jail. You like sweet stuff? Great. But if you're locking people off because you don't want to talk to them, no, you need to work on that.
Or because they've told you about something wrong that you're doing.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you know, we all learn at a different pace, and I guess this is my big picture side coming out again. You know, we all learn at different paces, and you know, we have to just kind of step aside and realize that other people's journeys are not our own.
That's true. That's very true.
So that's how I kind of turn off my stove. So my kettle doesn't whistle and my water doesn't boil. Sometimes I'm just like, yes, this actually doesn't have anything to do with it. So I'm just going to step aside, you know? Mm-hmm. So thanks again for sharing that, because, you know, it's not always easy for us to talk about what boils our water, right?
Yeah.
So your general health, though, I mean, we're in the middle of a push-up, a whole panoramic, and you are a creative in terms of you know, being an entertainer. So we are in what is supposed to be, or what I have heard is carnival season. So how are you managing, you know, as a creative person in this time, in this period? What's going on with your mental health?
Over the past year, it has been difficult because I would have set myself up for certain projects that I wanted to achieve that would have allowed me to get a certain level financially and career-wise. And thinking to myself, okay, this push pop would have lasted 6 months. And then you see a year, 2 years, it took a toll on you, and you would have projected some of the efforts that you would have put in place that I would have been able to get back investments and time, etc. So now you have to recalibrate. And the recalibration is the difficult part, because you now can't go anywhere, and you know to yourself, for you to be able to, you know, make money from your craft, you need to be physically present sometimes. So I had to find other streams that would have allowed me to, one, buffer my expenses, allowed me to remain relevant, right, in different spaces, and also find time to journey with myself through this difficult period. Because career-wise, this was the most difficult period of my life.
Right.
So one, having lost some income, then I would have lost my dad last year as well. In the midst of that, but rest in peace, Patrick Lewis.
Yes.
Right?
Patos, shout out to Patos.
I would have lost my dad during that period, and within that period, I would have been in contract with certain people. So they would have wanted me to produce certain things for them. And while people are, you know, understanding, they still want their product.
Business is business.
Business is business. So how do you now deal with the hardest thing you have ever had to deal with as a young man who has lost his father, and now still produce quality content that doesn't affect your brand, you know? Wow. So it required a lot of introspection, prayer, meditation, and hard work to be able to see what Keevo TV has become over the past 6 years, and still produce that without one of the most important pillars of support that you would have had.
Yes.
So that for me was the greatest lesson and the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Still produce even to this day, knowing that the norm for me was that look this video here. He would share all the videos, he would look at all the lives, and I don't have that anymore. So how do I now find a new way to get that feedback? You know? So I'm doing this continuously for him, all right? Because I want to honor him, because I know that he would have been proud of what I would have done and he would want me to continue it. So, so I definitely think, the mental space was affected significantly, but having good people, yourself, JL, my girlfriend Dana, and many other.
Dana.
Mark Anthony, Afia, these are people that have stood in my corner during this time. And it was tough, but I definitely think without them, without prayer, without my parents, my sister, it would not have been possible. So I think, my mental space is better, but you always have those moments when you forget about the muscle memory. You forget that, you can't call him, you can't send him a text, but it's better, it's doing better. And therapy is, listen, one of the best things you could do for yourself.
Just say that one more time.
Therapy is one of the best things you can do for yourself. If you could go to the gym and work on your muscles, trust me, that mental muscle is probably the biggest thing you have to do, because it affects everything else.
Yes, thank you for saying that. Because a lot of people still are very much therapy-based. We still have a lot of the stigma to battle. That's only for crazy people. That's only for rich people. And sadly, in Trinidad, some people still read rich as white. That's a white people thing. So it's really difficult sometimes to try to get people to understand mental health is for everybody. And that's one of the things that we want to do with this podcast. While we talk to, people who are just above average in terms of being regular like you, and then you're regular folk like me. So just, hey, look, this man who literally makes people laugh for a living, he has tough times too. He is also human. And look at how he treats with it. And in terms of your craft, has being able to get back into it, has that also been somewhat therapeutic for you, or do you find yourself still struggling?
No, it's been very therapeutic. The feedback always makes me feel good, because I remember when I had just started, someone would have messaged me. That was when I was on YouTube. They messaged me and said they would have lost their dad in January, their sister in March, and I think someone else they lost was close to them like a month later. And during that time, all they looked at was Keevo TV videos. They couldn't look at anything else. And they said that literally kept them alive to endure that. And for me, I believe that I have a calling to continue to do this, because there are people out there that need Keevo. They need Keevo. Just as much as I would need something else, someone else to support, they need Keevo. And that for me is therapy, knowing that my journey as a comedian can help somebody else.
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. And what else is helping you in terms of, managing your mental health? We did mention the gym earlier. Besides the gym, what else do you have that kind of helps keep you going?
Sleep. You have to sleep. I don't want to sound like I'm old, but having regular sleep is important. Go to bed by 10, 11 o'clock if you can, and get up early. You have to get proper sleep. If you cannot function, your brain needs to detox, your body has to detox during the night. If you're not doing that, you're not going to function at your optimum. You're going to make mistakes, right? Anyway, but it's going to be much more difficult to identify those mistakes if you're not sleeping. And trust me, I sleep a lot.
Gone are the days of surviving on 3 hours of sleep.
No, UE days, There's no UE days,
UE is over.
It's over. That's done. It's over. Yeah. Yeah. So I do sleep often. Gym, I enjoy, looking at football. That takes my mind off stuff. Spending time with my family is great. Creating, I always have an idea. So I always write an idea down and look into something new that stimulates my mind. So now I'm into cryptocurrencies and NFTs and these things. So just getting my mind stimulated all the time.
Foreign language, you'll translate for me later.
Coming soon, right? So it does stimulate my mind and keep me going, because I think if you don't use it, you will lose it. So being able to learn different things is something that keeps me, in a good mental space.
That is good. And I think we really do underestimate sleep, because you know what? We grew up in a Caribbean household where it's almost like sleep was frowned upon until your parents were okay with it, right?
Yeah.
It's, why are you still sleeping? It's time to get up, right? And then, so you're not going to sleep. You're just going to be up on your phone.
Tell me this thing.
What to do? I don't know.
Yeah.
Sleep.
Where's the balance?
Where's the balance? I just see Jonathan mother say that he's be up all quality hours studying.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing. All right. Okay. Let's see
I don't know.
passes out. Okay. But yeah, I think in nursery school they had it right. You had a nap in the day, worked into the day. And I think, of course, by the time I reached primary school, that was done. Yeah. But some countries do the siesta. I mean, we can't do that in Trinidad.
No. That would be fiesta.
That'll be fiesta. Exactly. It won't be siesta. It would be fiesta. Because people will be going home in the evening.
Yeah, it's true.
And not coming back.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. I think some countries also have like they want to have a 4-day work week.
Yeah.
A 4-day work week, and you stop on Thursday. I think that is a bad idea, because we will just end up on a Friday and a Thursday get in. Yeah.
That's it. It's not gonna work for us. 4-day work week.
Nope.
No. So, and then you'll still want to take off Monday because you'll be tired from,
Correct.
The fact you went to, and so when you went fetch with the Saints or Fatima or whatever, prestige, right?
Know your
and
people.
So, I'm so tired. So we can't do that. But if it is possible for persons to truly work that sleep into their day, oh my goodness. Because as you rightly said, sleep is important. It really does allow your body to reset and to rest. Because if you have your car on all night, lights on in the morning.
Thank you. Yeah, it's tough, and the average individual may be going to work every day, 5 days a week, right? And I did the math and I realized, listen, you work in Port of Spain, you live in San Fernando. It takes you 2 hours to commute. That's probably 3:30 you get up in the morning to leave by 5 to get to work by 7, right? We didn't factor in kids as yet.
No.
You get to work by 7, you work diligently until 4. You get home by 6. Probably, hopefully there's no traffic, you get home by 5:30. If you get traffic, you get home by 7:30. You still have kids to put into bed, do their homework, and prepare for the next day.
To do it all over again.
And to do it all over again. No.
Yeah.
After your boss will say, you can't get vacation? Madness. No.
Correct. Your boss will be like, oh, vacation what? What's that?
No.
You can't take a vacation now. We have too many things to do.
At all.
My vacation.
At all.
Okay. No problem. So I think that is and it's sad because sometimes people don't have a choice, right? You have to do it. That's why you get a job and you have to mind your children, But then you have nothing. What you're gonna do on the weekend? You're trying to get done all the things you didn't get done during the week. When is the me time?
Yeah.
So
you need it.
As an HSC professional, you have some strange hours sometimes, and then you also have all your other projects and businesses. How do you take that me time?
My car is my sanctuary. And that's why I probably do my blogs in my car as well, because I usually spend time driving by myself in my car.
Right.
So it's either music, it's actually, I hardly ever listen to the radio. I just drive with my thoughts, because I feel as though including the radio and music confuses my thoughts so much, because I have so much things I think about. So I spend time driving, and because I drive so much, driving is like second nature.
Yeah.
My body does the driving and my mind does the thinking. I'm not thinking about driving.
Yeah.
So it allows me that time to detox and come up with ideas, and anything that I choose to do in terms of a project must never take away from my regular job, and it must never take away time to the point where I now have to dedicate, let's say, a Saturday evening for the next 6 months towards that. That's something I will never ever do. So it must always be something that can be a short-term project that could allow me to do that job easily and get out of the way. You know? Mm-hmm. So that's what I always think about. Yeah. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Mm-hmm. I think that, well, when you said, you really listen to the radio, I was like, yes, me too, but it was really because I listen to my own music. I hate listening and not hearing what I want. So,
right.
So I will put on my YouTube and, have my songs, or if you have like a flash drive or whatever. Because I like that. So I don't mind driving either, but I like having music. I like having a soundtrack. I always have a full-on concert.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like having people in my car just interrupts my concert. Can you relate to that?
Yeah, I actually have my moods. I have my moods where, I would want to play full soca or full R&B. I mean, like after a wedding, heading home from hosting a wedding.
Yeah.
You're in that mood of love now, right? So you pull up that.
Some of us are in that mood after weddings.
You pull out the R&B, and you send text and say, girl, I want to be with you right now. Just everything now. But for me, it's the body mood. It's the body mood, and
right.
It determines what I play and how I feel when driving. So yeah.
Appreciate that. That makes a lot of sense. I think that's nice that you have a sanctuary that is not necessarily at home. I think that space is just yours. So I think that is beautiful.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
So we've talked a lot about, of course, mental health is woven through this episode because that's what we do here at Chit Chat with 2 Teens. And I was also wondering if there's anything upcoming that you have that you might want to share with us. Any projects or anything for us to look out for, anything for us to be on the alert for in Keevo TV?
Well, first of all, I'm working on some Keevo TV memorabilia, right? I want to go into some branding, right? Yes. So that's up and coming very soon. Secondly, I am going to be the brand ambassador for 2 companies. I can't reveal them yet, but I'm going to be a brand ambassador for some companies. So you'll see me a lot more prevalent on the social medias.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I've been working on that for quite some time, just being able to be a relevant brand that people want to work with. And finally, it's coming into fruition. So you would see that very soon. Keevo, probably on a billboard.
I'm ready.
You're ready?
I'm ready. I mean, even though I know that throughout Trinidad and Tobago, I heard it. A lot of hearts breaking when you mentioned your girlfriend. I think that's
yeah.
I think that there would be still a lot of people who would be very excited to see you on a billboard.
Yes, of course.
Yes, I am very much looking forward to that. And I think just knowing when Keevo TV began, I remember, I can't believe it was 6 years ago, you had your special in UE. Right? It was in wasn't in Daga, it was one of those other buildings.
Yes.
And it was so exciting because it was your first show.
Yes. Yeah.
It was your first show. And to think that we moved from there to, brand ambassadoring, I am very proud of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And I think we spoke about this before, the importance of intention and having the end in mind. When you have a plan, if you're building a house, it's usually already put on paper. You already see what the house looks like.
Yes.
So it's just to work your way back now. So everything I would have done from starting on YouTube was to build the tribe, so I could have my own show. When I have my own show, I bring out my own DVD and get the word buzzing that Keevo TV is a brand that's building. So this is all coming to pass based on me intentionally wanting these things to happen. Some of them haven't happened yet. Some of them may not happen. But definitely, when I have structured it this way, I would have seen these things happening for me. And I'm thankful for so many influential people, Nigel Forgeny, Trevor James, who would have done the, I would say, personal growth and development aspect of Keevo TV, helping me become, who I am today.
Mentoring in a sense?
Of course.
Shout out to Uncle Nigel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is very important to be intentional. And I think that's also something that we kind of overlook, because some people think, oh gosh, you're talking about being intentional and manifesting and it's so airy-fairy. But it's so real.
Yeah.
It's a very real component of that. And I think in the back of your mind, because you have a plan, but your plan is flexible. Your plan can adapt and grow as you adapt and grow. That also does something for your mental health. It kind of buoys you in a way, because that, what, it might be looking like this right now, but I have the plan in mind.
Yeah.
Right now, I just seeing the cement and the bricks. That's all I could afford right now, but I have the plan in mind, and I know I'm going to have the house of my dreams. That's important.
Yeah. That's a great way of saying it. And I always use the analogy of a tree. If you want to have a mango tree, you know what you have to do with the seed.
Yeah.
If you know what you have to do with the seed, you know what the end result is. And I guarantee, even if it doesn't bear fruit the first time, if you continue doing what you're supposed to do, you will see it bear fruit. And when people start coming to you in the real world, we're not talking about the tree now, in the real world, it means you're bearing fruit. No one goes to a mango tree that has no fruit on it. So if you see people coming and saying, JL, I want to work with you, Keevo, I want to work with you, it says that you have been watering that seed and taking care of it for it to bloom and for it to bear fruit. So I just allow my fruit to bear.
Well, boy, endless mango there. People going to be pelting down them mango. You gotta be careful.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So be very careful. But, as I said before, I'm very proud of you. And, even in charting this course, I know that you would have offered assistance or growth or mentoring, whatever you'd like to call it, whether you did it intentionally or if it's just by people looking at you in terms of how they too can go about getting what they want for themselves.
Yeah.
And I always thank you for being so open and sharing what you know. I know that you've allowed space for up-and-coming comedians, within your business. You've shared what you know, and you've stayed true to yourself, which I think is definitely one of the best things for mental health. Because if you're out here pretending, you can only keep up that facade for so long.
Yep.
I love that about you. So Keevo is a side of you. It's not you pretending to be somebody you're not. It's a side of you.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that with all of us.
No problem. Thank you for accepting it, loving it, and sharing it.
Of course. And we look forward to what's to come. We look forward to seeing you on a billboard. We look forward to the shows. We look forward to everything. And for more sanctuary videos.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, JL. I want to thank you as well, JL, for this fantastic platform. I appreciate that you are taking mental health seriously and allowing a platform where it's comfortable for mental health to be spoken about.
Yes.
I think it's important that men and women, but more so men, get comfortable about speaking about what's going on in their mind and how they feel, right?
Yes.
I think we talk about what we think, or we talk about how we feel.
Yes.
So being able to create that safe space for men and women to express themselves and getting people like me and other people to say what's on their mind allows other people to be comfortable and find somebody who they can talk to. So I appreciate this platform so much for that.
Thank you very much. And thank you for saying yes again, for coming and discussing the mental health actual factuals with us. You're so right. I really wanted you as a male, especially. And thank you for being so open with everything.
Thank you.
So again, we hope to see you soon. We definitely will be following up with you when those plans are revealed. Definitely. We'll be following up on that. All the best to you in all your projects. Wishing you good mental health,
Yes.
And we hope to see you again soon.
Thank you so much, JL. Let's toast. Can we toast?
Yes, we can.
Right?
Here.
Right? We're here. Chit Chat.
We're here. With two T's. 1, 2. Yes, highlighting beautiful mental health issues in Trinidad and Tobago. Again, special thanks to our very, very special invited guest, Mr. Keevo Lewis. our executive producers throwing us off. Yes, our special invited guest, Keevan Lewis. And again, to our listeners and our viewers, thank you for tuning in and sharing a little time with us here on Chit Chat with 2 T's. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can search jvaldez on YouTube, and you'll see this and other videos. And we will also be posting the links for SoundCloud. So if you're not a visual person, you will be able to listen, maybe just like Keevo, in your car as you drive, as you traverse the country.
Yes.
All right.
Be safe on the road.
Be safe on your road. And thanks for spending time with us here on Chit Chat with 2 T's, where we discuss the mental health actual factuals. Until next time, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.